Assalamu alaikum and good morning. This is the last of a series of 5 lectures in which we are going to describe the measurement of mid-upper arm circumference or MUAC, which is very important in determining the nutritional status. People have been using the Shaker tape for that and so on, and from which they have got the red, the green and these regions, but this is much more qualitative and we need to have it in a more scientific manner in which we can do it in terms of the numbers and the values, and then we can document them. The optimal dress code for this measurement is 0 by 0.5 so that we can ascertain the proper posture of the child, and the behavior code we can still take it in the behavior code of 2, although this would not be so reliable. And for this measurement we need some supplies like the eraser, the magnifying glass, the micrometer screw gauge, pencil, skin marker, tailor's tape, torch and vernier calipers. For tailor's tape the least count is 0.1 centimeter. And this procedure would be prone to a greater variation among the different readings because the pressure applied may vary, and for which we are working in our research laboratory, and we might be bringing out some new equipments. We have to have, as I have mentioned in the first lecture, we have to have the performance checking or the calibration. At the start of each MUAC measurement session, we have to have the measurement performed on a standard cylinder with the diameter measured using the vernier calipers, and therefore the circumference computed from this diameter using the mathematical formula 2 pi pi into the diameter, and then you measure this circumference using the measuring tape, and then you can compare both of them and whether you see that the result which you are getting is a proper result. Then there is the thing is that how you are having the posture of the child, and in the additional document the links which would be available like in the manual, you will see that we have to have the child who is sitting on a stool and the child's thighs are parallel to the floor and the child's shin are perpendicular to floor, and the angle at the knee is exactly 90 degrees and the feet are parallel to the floor. The child's hands are put on thighs with the hands in a prone position so that the palms are touching the thighs. And then there are other procedures which have been devised and shown. So let me describe them very quickly. The measurement should be performed between 9 and 12 am, right when you are measuring the height and mass, and the child is to sit on a stool and place both hands on thighs as I have just described, and the child's feet should not touch. If the child's feet are touching the floor, then that's fine. Otherwise, we have put a small different you can say blocks so that the child's feet are in the proper position. And once this is done, then you start locate the acromial and radial landmarks. These you can even feel on your elbow. This is here the acromial, and this is here you can feel there is a bone which is the radial landmark, and label these landmarks with a skin marker. And after initial practice you don't need to label them. Once you measure them and then you determine the midpoint of between them, the distance between them, divide this by 2 and then you get the midpoint, and at this midpoint you have to measure the mid-upper arm circumference. When you are passing the tape, and then you can ask the child to put the elbows aligned with the body, not like this or so on, but I think they are put on thighs, if you can see in the camera, just like I have done, and they are here and in this, and the child is sitting, and you can ask the child to breathe in and hold the breath, and that way the child would be maintaining a proper posture. Then you can measure the circumference at the midpoint with the help of a Taylor's tape in centimeters. You should not stretch the tape, and a social scientist or teacher should be present during the measurement of the mid-upper arm circumference. The sources of hazard and injury are pressing too hard on the skin of hand and the blocking circulation. The main sources of error over here is not measuring exactly at the center, stretching the Taylor's tape, measuring after exercise, measuring after IV infusion, swelling due to allergy and inflammation, and position of elbows and knees, not making a 90 degrees angle, and child holding on to something in hands and not inhaling completely. Now in the case if the child is wearing a long sleeve shirt or sweatshirt which cannot be removed and you still have to take the measurement, and you are not able to take the measurement on bare skin, then you can take the measurement on the shirt. And then for the loose fitting shirt we have got a formula, and from this formula you can convert it, but that is not really the optimal, and which is given in the manual which I have given over here. You have so many of the pedagogical opportunities by the measurement of the mid-upper arm circumference, and these pedagogical opportunities can be summarized in biology. I think you can teach the metabolism of food. In chemistry you can teach the measurement of food, the process of food conversion resulting in the proper muscle and fat development. From the engineering point of view, need of level surface, checking if the stool itself is level. Health and safety is the main one, evaluating nutritional status. Like Shakir strip, as I mentioned before, has red and green regions indicating normal and at-risk conditions, both at the lower and the higher side. And then inequality of the mid-upper arm circumference on both sides. We measure on left as well as on right one, starting first from the right one and then with the left one. Main indication of trunk deformity, like in particular scoliosis. An improper exercise routine may also result in asymmetric muscle development. The mathematics measurement of the circumference, midpoint of distance between acromial and radial landmarks, significant difference between right and left arm as threshold of trunk deformity risk, and we can really work on that. The calibration is also a mathematical process, conversion of mid-upper arm circumference taken on clothing to that taken on the body. Then from the physics point of view, this is all the measurement techniques are there, the reproducibility of the measurers and exertion of optimal pressure on arm, use of a mirror or a camera monitor to visualize opposite side of hand in order to make sure Taylor's tape is horizontal. From the perspective of the Quranic studies, the measurement of right MUAC should precede the measurement of the left MUAC. According to the Holy Quran, men who receive their deed record in right hand are successful, and those who are going to receive it in their left hand are doomed. Verse 19 to 37, chapter 69, Suratul Haqqa. So this is the last of a series of measurements, and inshallah we will be planning other series, and I hope you will be interested, and please get in touch with me on the email which will be provided to you, and we need your input and how we can improve this experience for you and for the trainers. Thank you very much again for your time. Bye bye.